What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chronocord Gaming. I am C-Dub, here with a playthrough of one of my all-time favorites, Final Fight for the Super Nintendo. As you can see here in this intro, the Mad Gear Gang has taken control of Metro City. Elected Mayor Mike Haggar is not putting up with this crime in his town, but apparently his daughter Jessica has been kidnapped by the Mad Gear Gang. I think this is not going to end well for somebody, and we're going to make sure that it's the Mad Gear Gang. As we can see here, Jessica has been kidnapped. Got this guy, must be one of the henchmen of the Mad Gear. We're going to have to take him down. And as we can see here, the boyfriend of Mayor Mike Haggar's daughter, Jessica, Cody, who some of you might recognize from also being in the Street Fighter series. Let's get into it here in Final Fight. You can, of course, play as Cody and Haggar. Now, you can also select in the arcades Guy, and there is also a Super Nintendo Final Fight Guy release. And so that's one of the slight differences here, but we are playing the original Super Nintendo release. It's a fantastic port of this arcade beat-em-up. I gotta say, the beat-em-up genre was one of my favorites. It was always fun to hang out with some of your buddies, get together, pick up two controllers, and beat the crap out of everybody across the whole city or whatever. Most games had you fighting through a city. Of course, Streets of Rage, Final Fight, you're usually in a city setting. Modern times, there's a ton of beat-em-ups, but I gotta say that Capcom, I think he did it the best here with Final Fight. I didn't have a whole lot of experience in the arcades playing this game compared to the home ports. This was one of the first Super Nintendo games that I got. Whenever I got the system, this was one of the first ones that I got, and I put a lot of time into this game. Really, really fun. As you can see, we have our punch, kick, we have a jump move, we have a jumping body splash, and a jumping drop kick. And then, of course, you can grapple if you walk up close to your enemies and pick them up for either a suplex, or if you jump, you can give them a big jumping pile driver. Drop them right on their necks, take them right out. Now, something interesting to mention here is the names of the enemies that you see come up. Fighting 2P, Simons, and Bread. I don't know if that's supposed to be Simmons and Brad, maybe? That could be some Japanglish. Some lost in translation there, I do believe it is. Fighting G. Orber and Wong Hu. As you can see, Wong Hu there has a green life bar. He's really the first enemy we're going to see who has an extended life bar beyond the normal yellow range. Of course, our life bar is up there in the top left-hand corner. And we're just going through here. I am using for the purposes of this playthrough, using the Infinite Lives cheat. Which does pretty much make this game easy to beat. You just have to go through and defeat everybody. But I think for the purposes of a playthrough and not having to do continues and start over, I think this is best. Hopefully you guys agree. If you guys have some memories of playing this game back in the day, or if maybe you've never played Final Fight at all, drop down there below this video in the comments. Let us know what some of your memories are from Final Fight. We're fighting a orange-haired punk rock looking guy named Sid. That could be a reference to Sid Vicious. And of course the guy we just picked up there, Slash. I think that's a reference to Guns N' Roses, as there's also an enemy named Axel in this game. I didn't see any Duff or Izzy though. So apparently... Oh, hey, I recognize this guy. Thrasher. This was the guy we saw on the TV who had our daughter Jessica kidnapped. This guy must be one of the lieutenants, perhaps, of the Mad Gear Gang. Now he's just sitting up on the fence avoiding us. Ooh, flying flip kick there. No matter what you do, he will hit you with that. I don't know of any way to avoid it. The best thing to do is try to fight off his henchmen and just wait for him to come back at you. Oh boy, watch out for this guy over here. He's got the dynamite that explodes and burns across the screen. Can really take down a lot of damage. You gotta watch out for those. Taking down Thrasher here with these pile drivers. That seems to be one of the most efficient means of dealing damage. And we have vanquished Thrasher. Oh, nope, he's down. And that's it. Boom. Moving along here. Round 1 is clear. The slum. Time to head to the subway. Here we go. Round 2. Wonder if there's anything up here on these conveyor belts. Maybe not. Okay. It looks like here we got some broken down subway trains in the back. Yep, there's another one coming. Though it is broken down, it looks like it's still in service. Of course, you can break these barrels here and pick up. Usually it'll be a food item which will replenish your health. Sometimes like that, they're empty. But you can also find point items, which a lot of gamers these days who grew up perhaps not playing back in the 90s and the 80s don't really see much value in a high score. You don't see a lot of high score stuff these days. But yeah, you can get the score points, which of course add to your total there. Oh boy, we got a big guy coming up here. Andor Jr. I think, again, like Simmons, I think it was maybe a lost in translation kind of thing. I think he is possibly supposed to be based on Andre the Giant. Of course, Capcom being a Japanese company, this game was developed in Japan. And Andre the Giant, pro wrestler, was huge, pun fully intended, in Japan during his career. One of the most popular wrestlers there. So, it could be an homage, perhaps. They definitely look alike. Seems to be a lot of references here in this game, much like Slash and Axl. Guns N' Roses, another favorite of mine. Moving along here on this train, no problem, taking down Jake and Doug. UUG. Okay, well, Hollywood apparently is this ninja guy with the knives. Mr. Wood has been vanquished, taking down Jay and Billy. Some more, Sid, yep. Oh boy, and Andor, I don't know what the heck his name's supposed to be, but I'm just gonna call him Andre because he reminds me of Andre the Giant. I think he's also in Street Fighter as Hugo, if I'm not mistaken. I think they ended up saying that Andor, however you say that, Andre, was his last name, and his first name's actually Hugo, if I'm not mistaken. Street Fighter fans can maybe educate me a little bit there if I am incorrect. Man, Hollywood is back for more. You kind of have to use your imagination here that you keep beating up different people. I mean, we're seeing a lot of the same enemies, obviously, at the time. You couldn't really put all different enemies throughout the game to where they all look unique. They, in some cases, do control differently. You have Billy and, who is the other guy? Sid, I believe the Punks, who are pretty similar. And then Simmons and Jake and Bread are all pretty similar. They don't really do much damage. Occasionally you'll see 2P there, the guy with the jacket, and I think Jay is the other guy with the jacket. They do a little bit more damage. And then you have Hollywood and this guy over here, El Gato. I think that's supposed to be El Gato, perhaps, the cat. I'm not sure what Gato translates to in Spanish. We got ourselves a katana here, chopping them down. And it looks like we're at the end of this subway car. We're gonna have to fight our way out. Andre, whatever his damn name is. Gonna have to take him down. He is one of the tougher enemies. We're gonna fight many variations of him throughout final fight here. Now you notice that spinning clothesline I just did. You can do that at the cost of some of your health. But it's a super move, super powerful, as it should be, and does a lot of damage. Can really get you out of some of those tight situations, much like that knife just did right there. And it sounds like this train is coming to a stop. Where are we going to go next? Alright, we're on the tracks here somewhere. We have got past the subway. I think we're out of it now. Not sure who we're hunting down here. I guess just moving along, trying to follow the trail of Mad Gear gang members. Little German suplex there for El Gato. 2 of them. Why not? Boom. Man. A lot of memories of this game, like I said, playing as a kid. I know a few friends of mine, my cousin. We used to always get together, and this was, you know, on the weekends, on a Friday night or something, we would get together and play this game and maybe some Streets of Rage on Sega. A lot of good times playing this game, for sure. It's a lot of fun with one player, too, as we're playing here, but I think that you really get the most out of this game playing with a friend. 2-player. Alright, we've vanquished these guys. Where are we going next? What the hell? Looks like some kind of bootleg boxing ring? Wrestling ring? Who are these guys out in the crowd? What the hell? What is going on here? I see a skull and crossbones. This isn't... Oh, boy. It's Katana. I think some Street Fighter fans may recognize him as Sodom. I believe he was in the Street Fighter Alpha series, I think. Of course, Capcom is pretty notorious for doing the crossovers. Now, this was one point in the game, I feel like there was a real cutoff. They made this boss super hard. I'm sure he was equally as hard in the arcades, but he's definitely tough to beat here. And I think this was kind of the point where most people, of course, in those days would be renting a game. And I think game designers took into account the difficulty, and they would make it difficult at a certain point early on to cause most casual players to have to go back and play it some more and maybe even rent it again, or heaven forbid buy it to actually complete the game. Nowadays it's all super easy. You know, you got games on demand. There's no real renting anymore. One of those things that I miss for sure. More nostalgia. I can't help but be nostalgic playing this game. True favorite. We're whacking Katana here, and that's it. He is done for. We've finally taken him down. Thank goodness. One more piece down of the Mad Gear gang. Round 2 is clear. Let's move on to let's move on to the bonus stage. Another Capcom favorite that you also see in the Street Fighter 2 and other Street Fighter games. You just go and break this car apart. Got to go over to all these different sides and vary up your attacks a little bit, as you saw there. I'm just going to grab this pipe and beat the crap out of it. Why not? Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here to episode 1 of Final Fight here on Chrono Chord Gaming. C-Dub. I will be back in the near future with some more awesome beat-em-up action. Thanks so much for tuning in. Oh, my car. See you next time.